Hi everyone, and welcome to this special Oxventure for D&D Celebration 2020. I am Corazon de Baena, the human pirate rogue searching for adventure, gold, mostly those two if I'm honest. I think I have a curse that I need to lift. We probably won't get to that today though, so I think that's it. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm Egbert, the clumsy dragonborn paladin on the long road to atonement.
So long, too long, if anything. Hi, I'm Prudence, the tiefling warlock, eldritch blasting all day, every day. That's what you need to know about me.
Cheers.
Hello, I am Merylwen, the wood elf druid, and sometimes I'm a cat or a bear or something with tentacles.
I'm Dob, the half-orc bard, struggling to find something that defines my character. But I guess it's my pure heart. And I suppose, if pushed, I would probably go on to list qualities like my yearning for adventure, my do-or-die attitude, things like that. The smell as well is a big thing.
First, I think.
Yeah, that's what they might notice first. But I tell you, I am nothing to this next fellow.
Greetings. I am literally everyone else in the world. Thus, I have many features.
Listen.
Yeah.
All the noses in the world. All the ears in the world.
So many toes. Toes like you wouldn't believe. You need toes? I've got them. Right.
Of toes.
Speaking of which, your toes, which I'm pleased to tell you are still attached to your feet.
Oh, thank
yes.
Goodness.
Phew.
So worried.
It's
Always a given. Not always a given.
They are firmly planted on a craggy mountainside, which, if you've seen the Oxventure before, you'll know that we are carrying straight on fast and furriest. Was it you called it?
Yes, regrettably, that's what we went with, yes.
Yeah.
Yep, I work so hard. But anyway, you have just been chased out of... No, you haven't been chased out of a community. You've left a community, having solved a little problem they had with a werebear.
Is generous.
Well, nonetheless,
Not a problem anymore.
Yeah.
You are picking your way back to some form of civilization. You hope quite desperately at this point, because a blizzard started to blow in about 3 or 4 hours ago, and since then you are quite profoundly lost. You are cold, you are tired, and you're more than a little bit fed up. The good news is, at least, you were able to have a long rest. So, Prudence, all those hit points you lost in the last session, those are back.
Oh, nice. My arm, it's back on.
Your arm's back on.
Yes, you've sewn your arm back on. But
The right way, but
yeah,
back on.
Yeah. At this point, you're sort of huddling together for warmth and just generally being quite cold and miserable.
I hate the
All
cold
right.
so much. I think you should know that about me.
Everyone get
Hug
under my
everyone.
armpits.
Yeah.
Under my dragonborn armpit.
That's the
Egbert,
thing
can
I
you
hate
vent-
more than the cold.
Egbert, vent some hot gas.
Armpits.
I turn into a bear and offer for warmth.
Hopefully still attached to
See
you.
what you're doing with that, and I'll take it. I'll take the bear warmth.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, the
Right.
armpits are free for anyone who wants them.
Anyone?
I'm not going to snuggle down under Merylwen, if that's cool. I would like to maybe try and clamber up a tree or something. Maybe get a vantage point. Try and figure out exactly where we are.
Yeah, sure. Just make me a strength athletics or dex acrobatics check, depending on how you're going up this tree.
Dexterously, acrobatically.
Right.
Backflip to me.
Well, that's a 12.
Yep, that's fine. It takes you quite a while because your hands are fairly numb and you're kind of clambering up this this frost-rimed tree. But eventually, you do get up there. Your visibility, the distance you can see is severely limited because of this blizzard that is blowing around you. You can make out Berylwen, for example, as this sort of a shape in the snow. With you can sort of hear the murmur of your friends talking about which bits of the bear are warmest, etc., etc.
Good to know.
But to your horror, you catch movement just at the edge of your field of vision, and you see a strange shape lumbering through the snow directly toward the rest of the Oxventurers. It kind of has a real shambling gait, and it seems sort of vaguely humanoid and kind of hunched over, but on its back there is this tremendous hunch shape. That's about all you can make out right now, given the weather.
What do you see, Dob?
Okay, I would like. I say nothing, but I'd like to cast message to Merylwen if that's all right, and just be like, beep, 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 beep. Come in, Merylwen. You know, in your thoughts, you can speak however you like, Merylwen.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Hi, Dob. Sorry. I get into it. That's just my thing.
Well, that's
You're a method bear.
That's commendable, Merylwen, but there's no time. A figure is approaching through the darkness. Act like a normal bear who just killed a whole bunch of people. Play it cool. Act natural.
Okay.
Maybe they'll walk right past.
Yeah.
I say, you know what would
Okay.
cheer us up in this blizzard is some good old
What's
sea
that, Corazon?
shanties. Who's in with me?
I mean,
who
I
wants to
normally
sing a
say
sea
no,
shanty?
but I sure could go for a sea shanty right now. A
Yeah.
noisy
From
one.
Right.
the tree, I can see Corazon pulling out his banjo, and I message Merylwen again.
I swipe the banjo out of Corazon's hands. I roar at him, and I pin him and Prudence down.
Hell!
Prudence more gently, but then I kind of like, and I like try and like look with them, my eyes being like, it's okay, it's just shh.
Right, fine. No
Okay.
sea
Are you
shanty.
supposed to? Do bears even have lips? Can bears do a shush sound? I don't think.
Shh.
I'm staring
That
into
look a bear
Merylwen's
gives you.
pitiless black eyes and screaming mouth and trying to
What it
intuit
is to
some
say,
kind of
this
emotion.
is fine, the mauling I'm giving you.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
that's what I get from the look. I think.
Well, let's see. Merylwen, please make me a charisma performance check to see A, how convincing this is, and B, whether you actually managed to get across that it's a mauling with purpose.
Okay. 15.
All right, it's actually pretty great. Like, I don't know whether you've practiced this before or what, but it's very, very smooth. And sure enough, it looks to all intents and purposes like there is a bear who was just trying to kill two of the party. Dob, up the tree, you see that the figure pauses and then starts to like move through the snow a lot faster toward everybody. Everyone else in the party, you can now see this figure approaching. And you hear something on the wind, actually. It sounds like a kind of a croaky kind of voice that just goes, "Hey!"
Macarena. Sorry, it was an instinct. I'm dead.
Is that one of your favourite sea shanties?
Yeah, that's what we used to sing it on the Joyful Damnation back in the day. What does
I
this?
saw- I'm
Who's
still just
there?
sort of
I
standing
say,
around.
hello, who's there? Speak, or we'll consider you an enemy.
No, don't. You hear the voice say, and the figure begins to emerge. First of all, with one hand out in a kind of, like conciliatory, I mean you no harm sort of gesture, but in the other hand, they've produced a very large strip of jerky. It's like you think it might be reindeer jerky or something. It's kind of holding it out to the bear. It's like, hey bear, don't maul these people.
I immediately
Oh my
take
God,
the
Yeah.
They're Keanu of Reeves.
And he throws it off
going?
to the side to be like, I'm buying you time. This man, by the way, is fully arrayed in lots of furs and kind of like, they're kind of like almost oiled furs to keep out the moisture. And there's lots of sort of reindeer fur kind of on the cuffs of his boots and his collar and everything. And the hunch that Dob saw on his back, Dob, you can now see that it is actually an enormous barrel, which is festooned with kind of cups on hooks.
Oh my God.
And it's to be steaming gently.
I think it's a traveling soup boozman.
What's the thing that he's
Oh, yeah,
riding?
that's
yes.
his name.
The Soup Boozman.
What's your name, traveller?
Oh, my name's Dale.
Okay. Not Soup Boozman then.
No, you
First name.
Icewind.
Icewind Dale, of course. Yeah, what's the thing that Icewind Dale was riding? Is it the shambling thing? What is that?
No, the shambling thing was Icewind Dale.
Oh, okay. He was just walking.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. He's just normal size. He's not terrifyingly large or anything.
No, he's a human.
Okay. Oh, fair. All right. Good. I spring to my feet and say, "Well done, Dale. You saw right through our little charade. You've passed the test."
What? No, I was trying to save you from this bear.
Yeah, the bear's in
Turn
on it.
back into Merylwyn.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about this bear. This bear's with us. This bear
Yeah.
is a-okay. She's grumpy, but fine otherwise.
So Dale, you seem cool. What are you doing
fine.
out here? What are you doing out here in the freezing blizzard, Dale? It's not a night to be out.
That's a pretty good question to be asking you. How come you have no like warm clothes and stuff?
Well,
We didn't dress for the weather, Dale.
Yeah, long story
Icewind.
short.
Sorry, Mr. Dale.
we will run out of town on a
because
rail.
we were on our way home. We didn't mean to get trapped on a mountain.
Does anyone ever mean to get trapped on a mountain?
Actually, I don't even know if we are on a mountain. We're definitely somewhere cold.
Oh, yeah, no, you're on the mountain.
Nice. Okay, so I do know where I am. Excellent.
Yeah. You look like, I don't mean to be rude, but you look like you might be freezing to death.
Yeah, a little bit
Yeah,
actually.
I've got a little bit of frostbite happening.
do you
What's
got?
in that barrel of
Yeah,
yours?
what's in the barrel,
Dale?
Dale?
I was gonna, this is my job. He gets 5 mugs out and he starts to fill them from a tap at his waist.
Who's Superman?
It is in fact, he hands mugs out to you. It's like, it's free. It's, it's a bummer if my clients die. It is some form of hot chocolate. You think made with yak milk, so it's very sort of thick and frothy, and
Yes.
it's delicious. And you feel the warmth suffusing you. To the extent you think this might be mildly enchanted. The barrel certainly seems to be. It's covered in all sorts of like runes and some advertising words on it. But
I mean, I cast
generally
detect
speaking-
magic on the barrel, but it sounds pretty magical already.
it is this is a magical barrel that is designed to keep drinks at the perfect temperature.
Neat.
Yeah. So you've all got like a nourishing mug of chocolate.
Yeah, I'm going to gulp that down.
Say again?
I'm going to gulp that down. Thank you, Dale.
Yeah. You
I
would
would like
feel.
to nimbly backflip down from the tree and receive my hot chocolate. I don't want everyone else to have hot chocolate and not.
Okay. That's another Dex acrobatics check, please,
Okay.
just to make sure. nothing's
Yeah.
silly.
21.
Oh,
Nice.
perfect. Yeah. You land perfectly in the snow to the point
I
where you
grab it out,
don't-
the hot chocolate out the air as I go.
Stick the landing.
Yeah, you land and like kick the mug up, and it turns over in midair, and then you catch it all in your mouth, presumably.
Yeah.
Do you have mini marshmallows?
Oh, I'm so sorry. How rude. He
Maxi marshmallows.
Duh. He opens his
Sarcastically
coat
large
wide, and it is just it's like he's running a marshmallow shop in there.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, Dave.
Like your size. He hands one to Merylwyn that's shaped like a bear. Like he's pretty right on his Icewind Dale. He's like, so if you want to get like better clothes and stuff, maybe have a bath. There's a town over there. It's called Frostmead. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Pretty
how do we
sweet.
get there?
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Please.
Okay,
Does
Does it
cool.
have a
Away.
tavern?
Does it? Yeah, it does.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. He starts walking and he starts telling you a bit about Frostmead. So it's just like it's a town that relies mostly on trade being brought sort of up and down the mountain, but it's a place for people who want to live sort of the quiet life. It's an uncomplicated community, and he says it's a pretty chill place.
I get it.
You're going to get on
Unless-
really well with our friend Merylwyn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
You should have a chat.
Yes, I expect Merylwyn
think
is wondering
your
if we'll
puns are
get a
cool.
frosty reception
Oh no, here we go.
and so forth. Anyway, can we keep going, Dale, please?
It's really nice to meet you.
We are going to freeze to death though, Merylwyn,
Yeah.
so maybe save it for the tavern.
Merylwyn, my fingers and toes are getting numb. My
Yeah,
extremities.
no, it's totally great unless you're a kobold.
Why is that? Not that any of us are one, but why is that?
Okay, you're sure you aren't? Because like again,
I
I
check
know-
myself. Can I check myself to check I'm not a kobold?
yeah, just make me a wisdom perception check.
Okay.
Oh,
Easy,
no.
one, please.
He's kind of stammering. He's like, I don't want to be rude, but like you've got like
It's a snout. It's a snout.
like a tail and stuff.
It's 11 minus 1 is 10.
You're pretty certain that you're still a dragonborn, yeah?
Not 100%. I'm pretty confident dragonborn, but I may be a kobold.
Okay.
What's the problem for
I can
kobolds?
vouch for this guy. Yeah, what's the problem with the kobolds? Because I can vouch for this guy.
Yeah,
but
no.
it's very much not.
It's better I tell you just in case people think you are one. There's a dragon. He lives up the mountain. He's pretty chill, but obviously that means there's kobolds living here. You know what they're like. They're great. I love them. You know, they just hang out. They used to come along, and you know, when they got too cold, they'd be like, "Hey, can I do odd jobs? And maybe you can give me some soup or a place to stay for the night or a coat." And then eventually, more of them came along, and now they're kind of like a little community. As he's telling you this, you start to arrive in the town of Frostmead. It is it's quite nice. There are sort of, you know, snowy paths, and all of the houses are really well constructed from, you know, kind of big, thick bits of slate that have been together. There are thick walls. These are clearly designed to keep the heat in. You know, there are lots of chimneys gently smoking away. The blizzard seems to have died down as you enter. The sky sort of is starting to clear, and people are kind of just bustling around. You know, there are trappers working on pelts in the sunshine. There are, you know, people setting up a market stall. And you see somebody in a large coat kind of walking slightly clumsily. It's like, so yeah, no, like I said, there's plenty around here. Like, you see that dude in a coat?
Sure do.
That's 3 kobolds in a coat.
What?
Oh no!
Yeah, you see that?
Never would have guessed.
You see this child?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's 2
One
kobolds
kobold in a
coat. No, it's 2.
Oh, okay. What about that small
You see that?
thing in a
See that
coat?
cat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that?
Oh, that's just a cat. But the owner's a
Okay.
I was going to say that would be impressive if that was.
So what's the problem? These
go pet
kobolds
the cat.
seem fine.
Well, so they're kind of superstitious, and something's got them spooked recently. Like, they keep talking about attacks and disappearances. But the thing is, I think they think we're doing it or something, so they really tell us. But you can see they're nervous. You do, as now you start to think about it, you do see kind of kobolds, like some are peering around a building, trying to work out sort of what your deal is, where you're going. They're kind of anxious because you're strangers and you're new to the town. He's like, "Come on, I'll take you to the tavern. Come on, let's get in and out of the cold."
Please.
So he walks you into the tavern. He unhooks his barrel and slams it on the bar and says, "Dana, can you fill me up?" And you hear a voice from the back of the tavern go, "Yes, I'll come in a minute." He's like, "Righteous." You all take a seat at a long bench. And he's like, "Yeah,
Can I get a mulled wine, by the way, from the bartender, the barkeep?
Oh, it's
Or a
definitely
spiced
mulled
cider
wine.
would
Would
be
be
nice.
Mulled wine all round, please.
I'm coming!"
Hurry then. I demand mulled wine.
A few minutes later, a surly-looking, quite elderly human woman, kind of has frizzy hair. She's actually got an eye patch. She looks pretty cool. She kind of comes out with a tray of mulled wine
Nice.
and goes, you're
Yeah,
rude.
about time, Dana. Give it here.
Who are you?
Me, I'm Prudence. I'm Prudence, the Tiefling Warlock.
I'm the
We're new
person
in
who hasn't got
town,
any mulled
and I'll be
wine right
taking that
now.
mulled wine. Thank you. And I take the mulled wine.
All right, well, the mulled wine costs a silver piece, but manners cost nothing.
No, that's true. That's very wise. Very, very true. Very sound.
Got you there, Prudence.
How much mulled wine can we get for 10 gold?
How drunk do you want to be?
Very.
10 gold drunk, please?
What a great question, Dana.
I want to
Wow.
be 10 gold drunk.
All right, let's get this party started, she says, as she starts to turn, and then she looks at you, Egbert, and her eyes narrow, and she goes, "Are you a kobold?"
99% sure I'm not a kobold.
What?
98.
Good. No kobolds.
Okay,
Oh,
that's why. Why no
Dale kind of
kobolds?
leans back and is like, "Oh no." Like, she's harshing the vibe.
Yeah.
No kobold by tavern.
What's wrong with kobolds?
Have you ever seen a kobold drunk?
Sounds
I don't
hilarious.
know.
Yeah, I'm on it now.
Not in this tavern. They mess everything up. They're clumsy. They never tip. No kobolds. No kobolds. Nice
Right, well, none of us are
All
kobolds.
right, Dana, we get it. Sorry, Corazon, what did you say?
None of us are kobolds, so it's fine. Can we just have the mulled wine, please? Normally I would object with Dob spending 10 gold on mulled wine, but I'm so cold, I just want all the mulled wine right now. So please, leave the barrel.
Fine. I'll get you all hammered, but if I so much as hear a kobold in here, you're out.
Jeez,
Okay.
all right, fine, Dana. No kobolds, we get it.
Yeah.
And do you have mini marshmallows?
For mulled
The
wine?
wine, Egbert.
Yes.
What the hell is wrong with you?
We're in
This is why
Frostmead,
you
of
can't
course
take
we
Egbert
have.
anywhere.
Okay.
Someone
I have
told
some,
Egbert
please.
that mini marshmallows in mulled wine is very sophisticated.
Yeah, it is. It's cultured.
Yeah.
I'll have 8, please.
They start to swell up, and they just absorb the. They don't melt in the mulled wine. They absorb the mulled wine. So you now just have 8 sort of booze gummies.
Right.
I would like to take a
And-
cake-style slice of booze gummy and just sort of eat it like a piece of cake.
Yeah, it is. It is a delightful amuse-bouche. You're having a great time.
Man, my boosh is
would
so
argue-
amazing right now.
This is how they take it on the continent.
La-di-da.
Egbert, can I have one of your booze gummies, please?
Absolutely. I flick it into Dob's mouth. This is how they serve them on the continent.
All right, I try and catch it in my mouth.
I guess. Dex. Acrobatics.
Yeah, 17.
Yeah, you catch it in your mouth, all right.
So
Um,
over my glass of mulled wine, I say, Icewind, Mr. Dale, may I call you Icewind?
Yeah.
What's with this dragon you mentioned? That's burying the lead somewhat. Tell us about it.
Oh no, it's just when a dragon lives in a place.
Yes.
That's what that one does.
Okay.
Here.
Okay. Not giving you any trouble. Not eating people, burning things. Just hanging out, just chilling. with the dragon.
No, she's asleep.
Oh. Oh.
You know, like the whole
sounds nice.
dormant thing. Yeah, no,
Yes.
she's great.
Okay. All right. Fine. Good. Glad to hear it.
I mean, these people, like you say, really not fans of kobolds. I feel like I'd like to hear the kobold side of the story. Do you think that's going to be possible at all?
I guess. Like I say, they're kind of spooked right now. He looks over his shoulders like Dana doesn't really speak for us. Like,
Right.
believe
Oh,
it.
Good.
okay.
I mean, good. You know, good.
Got it. Do the kobolds drink anywhere? Do they have like another tavern? Is this the only place in town? What are we talking?
Let's go hang out with some kobolds.
The kobolds don't really have a
Oh.
tavern.
Aw.
No.
I feel like we should go
now.
talk.
Let's
Yeah.
found a town.
Let's found a kobold tavern and then make a killing.
Do you want Dana to cut you off? Like, I
Oh.
thought we were trying to get wasted.
I don't know, I ate an entire wine-soaked marshmallow. I'm pretty loaded right now. I probably was being cut off.
Everyone in fairness is.
It's expanding in my stomach uncomfortably.
Oh god, it's poking
Okay.
out of my nostrils.
Dale is like, all right, new plan. 2 birds, 1 stone. He tips a whole thing of marshmallows into the barrel. He's like, fill your pockets. Let's.
It's gonna blow!
He's getting pretty rowdy himself. He's like, let's find kobolds! And you hear Dana from the back.
kobolds!
No kobolds!
Guys, I'm so
Come
drunk.
on.
What are we doing?
With kobolds. We're doing.
Kobolds.
We're going
Kobolds.
finding
We're taking
kobolds.
these
Yeah.
Quest.
low mallows to some kobolds and
Yes.
Merlot Mallows. He's already got the brand name in. Yes.
We're gonna go to these
Marshmallows is better.
wine-infused
Marshmallows.
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 Marshmallow is
of course,
better.
of course. That's it.
Inspiration.
I call them drunky flumps.
I like Dob's name better.
You're not
I'll make-
allowed to do branding.
They'll make you drunk. And the flumpy. Oh man, these strong.
That's adorable. So yeah, you've still not got any winter clothing.
Oh yeah.
We'll come
Oh,
to
yeah.
that
I've got
later.
wine
we got
jacket
the
on.
booze coat on, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're
We're
all
all
wearing a
feeling
booze
pretty cozy.
jacket right now. And he's like, "Come on, they have this like it's like a market, but like it's on edge. It sucks, but they like it."
Okay,
Okay, let's go.
Let's head there.
I've always
the
liked you,
market.
Icewind Dale. You might well be my best friend.
Oh man.
Hey,
Hey, you're never. I don't know. I know who Prudence is, and I'm pretty sure you call that one barrel.
And
Barrel.
when.
All right. But no, I don't know your name, but you're my best friend.
You can call me Icewind Chip.
All right, Icewind Chip, cool. He throws an arm around your shoulders. Really, apologies to any Americans watching this, by the way.
it's probably mostly Americans.
Yeah, I would
Let's
say
carry on
so.
regardless.
Yeah.
They won't still be watching at this point, surely. It's been like 20 minutes of this.
No, the
It
Americans
comes way
have
too
fled the
late.
stream. Yeah, no, I should have. I mean, I thought the apology was implied when I turned up, but anyway, you are led to kind of. There's a little stone bridge that arches over a hot spring that is running through the town. This place is beautiful, absolutely like picturesque. And underneath there, the bridge has quite large arches. So obviously, Kobold's quite small. They've all kind of fit under there, and they've got a market where there are kind of like different things being sold, like strips of dried meat and some bits of clothing that have really been bought from stores for humans, and tailors to fit kobolds so that they don't have to like split the cost of a coat and all go in on it together.
Little kobold trousers.
Yeah, there are kobold trousers. There are kobold.
I'd buy a pair of kobold trousers, even though I'm not a kobold.
Okay, so there's the kobolds. As you notice, the audio, the noise levels in the tunnel dip like massively. Like. Outsiders, you're clear. It's obvious that people don't really come here very often, so they're watching you very carefully. The kobold trouser vendor
Yes.
is kind of just like, as you approach.
We're the rowdy tourists in this
Yeah.
extremely atmospheric tunnel market underbridge area. Okay.
The vendor is staring at Egbert, and you can see from the way he's kind of sizing you up, he's trying to work out how many kobolds you are.
Ooh, so many.
I shall take a pair of your fanciest trousers, please, kind sir.
Okay.
How much? The shiny one, the gold ones with the fringing.
He looks down and looks up at you and goes, "You all one? You all one?"
Yes, yeah, all one.
We are all one.
Oh no, don't set double.
He shoots a dirty look at Dub. He holds up the trousers to your face and goes, "No sale, clash."
Oh, but I've got so much gold going on already. How could it possibly clash?
Gaudy.
Oh, come on.
He
Really?
dips under the table and comes up with some like really deep red, like sort of like a dark crimson color trousers. He goes,
Actually, you know, you've got quite an eye for this stuff. They're delightful. I'll take them, please.
"Stretchy, one size fits all."
Great.
He tosses them to you and goes, "Barter or coin?"
Barter.
Okay.
Can I interest you
Yeah.
in a marshmallow?
Yeah.
Brand new thing. It's an alcoholic marshmallow.
We haven't patented it yet. We need to control the market.
It's
Go
fine.
giving away the
As long as he doesn't
prototype.
take it away and like analyze it and work out the ingredients. It might be quite easy to work out what the ingredients are.
If anyone figures out the secret recipe, we're done.
We're stuffed. Yeah.
Unless he's some kind of genius who figures out how this was done.
What do you say, my kobold friend? They're delicious. You don't really have a place to drink, as I understand it, so why not partake?
No.
Oh, all right.
Rude.
Fine.
Market research then.
Yeah.
Pay the kobold. Pay them in coins.
Right, I'm going to pay him the coin.
Barter's fine. Try again.
Oh. What else you got?
A length of rope. I always have a length of rope for some reason. I've no idea why I always have a length.
50-foot hempen rope.
Popular.
Yes,
with
15 foot of hempen rope. How did you know?
kobolds.
50-foot hempen rope.
Yeah. Would you like that?
No.
Damn it. What
You,
else do I have?
You do fighting?
Yes. Yeah, we do fighting.
Okay.
Sorry, what's this we that I was picking up there?
I'm just signing us up for something. It's fine. You guys will be
sort of
Corazon, we do fighting. Where's the lie? We do fighting.
We
I'm
do
not getting
do
any
fighting.
trousers out of this. I'm not fighting for Egbert's trousers.
We can share them. You can have them on the odd days of the month, and I can have them on the even days.
Trouser
I would
share.
recommend on those days, Corazon, that you wash them.
How about I have them on days that end Y, and you can have them on days that start with a Y?
It's a pretty good deal,
Okay.
Egbert.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in.
Yes, yesterday is a day that starts with a Y.
All right, you can
How
have them.
that works.
Okay, you can have them. Yeah.
Okay. You keep trousers.
Yes.
You protect Snicket today.
What? Who or what is Snicket? Or when is Snicket?
Snicket.
Why is Snicket?
When is
Why
Snicket?
is?
Now.
How is Snicket?
How?
Yes.
Oh, thanks for ask.
This is Snicket.
Snicket.
Snicket!
So it's a
Snicket.
protection racket.
Red.
Yeah.
See how it is.
Snicket. Snicket worried. Snicket need
What
fighter.
exactly are you worried about?
Yeah, Snicket, you seem so nice. Why would anyone want to harm you?
Why anyone want to harm Susie?
Who's Susie?
Someone got to
Snicket?
Susie.
Tell us.
Who was Susie?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
Susie ran soup stall.
Oh.
Susie get take.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
Snicket.
People are taking the kobolds.
Yeah.
That's bad. We should stop that.
When Blizzard come,
Yes.
kobold go missing. Kobold get attacked.
Hmm.
Sometimes find sign of struggle.
Right. And there was just a blizzard right now. Has Susie been gone for long?
No, Susie gone week ago.
Okay. Right.
Snicket.
Sorry. Carry on.
He raises his voice and goes, "Where Travis?"
Oh no.
Travis,
there's a murmur.
No!
Not Travis!
Kobold! The
There's a
best
murmur in the
one, I
crowd.
imagine.
And you see the realization kind of spread across the whole market, and everyone goes, "Oh!" And there's sort of a groan. He goes, "Ah, let's get took."
Oh no.
Johnny?
you have-
I feel it
Driftwood
so
now.
deeply.
Yes, Luke.
Can I ask how many kobolds are there roughly in this market?
There are sort of just under 30, you reckon? Some are milling
Okay.
around buying
So
things.
plenty to
some
spare,
are...
is what you're saying.
I would like I would like to turn and so that all the kobolds can see and hear me, and I would like to address them and say, friends, we have been made aware of the nightmare that faces
injustice.
you, and I would like to pledge that, and I speak on behalf of all of us when I say
Wait,
that
what?
we will protect not only
Oh.
this wick ticket, thicket,
Snicket!
Snicket. We will
Snicket.
protect it's not only Snicket, but all of you.
Yes, and I join in. You will find that our rates are very reasonable when you consider that the alternative is being taken and probably dying. So when you
Just
put it in
one
those terms,
pair of trousers is
you
enough
put it
to
in
buy
those,
our.
yes, and also the gold that we'll talk about later. So really,
There's a
it's
murmur
very,
through-
the trousers.
very reasonable.
There is a murmur through the crowd, and everyone's like, "Oh, remember?" You can see they're clearly thinking, "Maybe we should let these adventurers help." And then you hear a voice from a kobold who stands a couple taller than everyone else. You can see he's a lot older. Like, he's still very muscled and very lithe, as kobolds tend to be, but kind of in that slightly ropey way that people get when they're sort of aging. He goes, "Fair. How can you protect us from a curse?"
By
What-
Easily.
Yeah,
curse
question
for
one.
breakfast.
Curse, what? Curse. I'm too drunk for this, Kobold. What about this curse?
Ladies, wait, you have booze?
Yes.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
booze. It's in me
Pass
now,
out
it's in
the
my tummy.
marshmallows.
I place some marshmallow into the old kobold's jaw.
He just like he he just tans it. Has it in one.
All right, great. Now tell us, curse. Make with the curse.
Probably a market for those.
It is obvious that. Ooh, that's strong.
Yeah.
It is
It's
obvious.
strong.
He's now not capable of telling us.
Barely speak.
I've forgotten how I used to talk. Fair. There we go. It is obvious Frostmead is cut because no good comes to any kobold here now. Once it was great. Now, rubbish.
What changed?
Was it
Blizzards
the kidnappings?
got angry. Now, when the blizzard comes, they attack us. They take us.
And it's clear we have to fight the blizzard.
Have you noticed any
Fight
pattern
the blizzard.
in the kobolds
Sorry.
that have been being taken? Have you noticed anything
Yeah.
that
Does
ties
the Blizzard
them
have like a
together?
favourite flavour of kobold?
No, it seems random. But
Okay.
I don't. Wow, that was strong. There doesn't seem to be. No, but it is clear that we have angered the spirit of the mountain, probably, and it needs to be appeased.
Okay, I turn to the other. Remember what Icewind Dale said about the kobold superstition?
Yes.
So, although a curse is being mentioned, I
Yes.
think we should take that completely at face value. There could be
No.
a totally reasonable
Something
explanation for this.
is kidnapping kobolds though.
Yes,
So-
and
Yeah.
but that's good because most of us, our curse proves that we actually are not very good at curses. But if it's
Yeah.
not a curse, then
Oh yeah.
My curse is fairly benign. I don't know. I'm managing it.
How you doing with your curse there, Dob?
it's symptomless until I,
Great.
as you
That's
all know.
quite a symptom.
It is
Yeah.
quite a curse. It's a curse to be this good looking, I suppose.
And we've been unable to.
Yeah. Just never know if people want to get close to you for you.
They also seem somewhat suspicious that it's the townsfolk attack. Or am I misconstruing that?
mean, the
I
townsfolk
think
hate
the
them.
townsfolk don't like them, yeah.
Yeah.
And they know they're superstitious, so they can cloud attacks in a blizzard, so they just use the cover of the blizzard and then them, and they're trying
Alright.
to get rid of them.
Well, I feel
I
we
don't
can
think it's the
sort this out.
townsfolk.
We just need to
Need it-
decide which side we're going on. Are we gonna help the kobolds or are we going to destroy them?
Yes, we're gonna help the kobolds.
Oh, okay, fine. Cool. I'm just checking.
Plan one. Help the kobolds. Plan destroy the kobolds.
Just checking. I wanted to see wind was blowing. I wasn't sure. You know.
Which plan are we doing first?
All right, we'll try and
Hey.
save the kobolds. Can't save the kobolds.
Yeah. Yeah.
You then destroy all the kobolds.
Destroy all kobolds.
and pretend that was the
Okay,
plan.
fine.
We can
Right.
keep destroying them in the back pocket.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
All
So
right.
you finished this chat. I kind of imagine the camera is kind of sort of chest upwards on all of you, going like, "Okay, we'll save the kobolds, and if not, we will destroy the kobolds." Crash, zoom out. You're surrounded by kobolds who are just looking up at you, expectantly waiting to hear what you say. You get a pull on your sleeve.
Yes.
Snicket's looking up and going and says, Why big kobold not mention this?" And points at Seal Gaiman.
Okay.
When Barto, why not mention this?
Well, you can't have Seal Gaiman. We're very attached.
You still got that seal? You still carrying that seal around, Egbert? I thought we talked about this.
Yes. No, we didn't talk about it. And he's not.
Spirit of a old man that you've trapped in there.
He's becoming increasingly willing as he's on. I think he's enjoying being a seal.
Well,
I give him some scritches on his belly.
Look,
your armor
he
class
loves
again?
it, Corazon. He loves it. We're best
What's your
friends.
armor class again, Egbert?
Sorry?
What's your armor class again?
17?
Seal Gaiman bites you.
Right through the throat.
Great. I've
take
fed
1
you so
point of
many
piercing
Scotch
damage.
eggs.
But yeah, he goes, blah! And the
Egbert raises the stump where his hand used to be.
Snicket goes, Snicket can buy delicious seal.
No, you can't eat him.
It would be a kindness at this point, Egbert.
No, it would not be a kindness. No. No, Snicket. No.
Gaiman wants to eat.
Snicket settle for protection.
Okay, good.
Snicket will have to.
Because we were going to do that anyway. No, I mean,
Why-
I still want the trousers.
Egbert, you want the trousers?
Egbert, you're real bad at bartering.
All right. Folks,
Um,
how
the-
bizarre.
Like another marshmallow.
Dob, what if we were to disguise Egbert as a kobold and then get him kidnapped, and then we'd have a
That's yeah.
on the
We need a
inside?
kobold. We need a kobold trap. Clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly. I mean, clearly. We need to make Egbert look like the most delicious, kidnappable kobold you ever did see. He needs
Right.
to be based in barbecue sauce and left out on the mountain.
You've got to rub olive oil and
sounds
salt right into the haunches to allow it to marinate in there.
I start rubbing olive oil into Egbert's haunches.
Ideally, we would have started this 18
This
to
again.
24 hours ago.
I'm 100%
Yeah.
clear on this plan, but why am I being basted?
Yeah, it's your assumption that whatever it is that's kidnapping these kobolds, the blizzard perhaps is eating these kobolds, which we don't know for sure.
Not as
Yeah,
necessarily.
all right. Okay, well, Prudence, what's your suggestion for making Egbert Kobold
Let's
the
give
most
this great
likely
plan.
to be?
We send him
Right,
out into
everyone,
the
this plan's
blizzard,
gonna be amazing.
alone, undefended, and see
love
if he
it.
gets took.
It
Yes,
sounds
but we
great.
could tie it. But we could
If I
tie.
get took, what? How am I going to signal to you?
Oh, that's a
Just
really
sort of
good
tie a
point,
rope. Let's-
Egbert.
We tie a rope to Egbert,
Yes.
and then if we feel a yank on it,
Yes.
then we know that Vinnikin.
We give him a marshmallow, and if he's being taken, he can squeeze it to leave a trail of wine in the snow,
That's good.
like an accordion.
And he could just push it. He could just pop it under his armpit and just like
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
whine out.
Icewind Dale walks up to you and goes, "Hey, did someone say marshmallow? Because I'm kind of running dry."
Give him a
Oh,
marshmallow.
thanks. Also, there's a blizzard coming in. We maybe have like 45 seconds for you to make a plan.
All right,
Marshmallow
he-
armpits.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, get out
Disguise
there.
Egbert
Get
as
out there,
Kobold.
Egbert.
Give him a
on, then.
marshmallow. Disguise kit, Dob, now, go.
Okay, I disguise Egbert not a kobold, but as 4 kobolds on top of each other.
In a coat.
Okay. Just roll me a d20. Just the disguise will work. Just roll me a d20 to determine its quality.
Okay. Well, the dice is on the floor, so I don't know what you want to call that. But it was a... well, it was a 2.
Okay.
You could have.
I had the
can't-
chance to lie there. But
Yeah, the blizzard is coming in, and already your line of sight is getting obscured by the snow kind of being whipped up. So you're pretty sure that this disguise will work in the midst of a blizzard. However, you really escape the feeling that you have managed to make something spectacularly offensive to these kobolds. So they are now
Egbert, go quick.
sticking close because you
Run.
promised to protect them, but they are also not very happy
Oh no!
about.
Let them see you,
Yes.
Egbert. Run out into
Okay.
the snow with you.
sprint into the
I try
blizzard,
and cover
Egbert.
as much of myself with my coat as possible
Okay.
and run off into the snow.
Oh.
What's the marshmallow for?
For leaving a trail when I get captured.
It's going
Wine
under Egbert's
trail.
armpit, and he's gonna...
A trail of warm wine.
Yeah.
I'm going to squeeze it like a
Michelle.
bagpipe if I get
Okay.
captured.
Yep.
I'm keeping Egbert in view for as long as possible using my spyglass.
Okay, great. I need you to make me a reception roll. And Egbert, I would like you to make me let's call this an intelligent nature check.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a natural 20.
Oh,
Wow.
Yes.
I
Oh,
rolled an
Egbert.
8,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Crit.
So,
Okay, Corazon, it's the snow coming down is already very, very thick. What powder is on the ground is being kicked up by strong winds coming in. You lose sight of Egbert pretty quickly. Egbert, thankfully, you
Like sweet print.
I'll
despite,
remember you like this, Egbert.
despite
Dressed as 3 bad kobolds. 4 bad kobolds.
despite the blizzard obscuring your vision, Egbert, you are able to keep track of exactly where you are. You are not lost. You know you could find your way back in it if you needed to, which is handy given the circumstances.
Yeah.
So you begin to wait. Back at the market, you see the kobolds. They're clearly used to the weather changing on a dime in these parts. So they've all got all of their market stalls packed up. And where they would normally go to a favoured bolt hole or maybe their homes, they have just turned up to you. Like they're kind of all now just in a bundle looking at the 4 of you, so not Egbert, obviously. And they're wondering what you're going to do to protect them.
I corral
we're
the
gonna-
remaining kobolds. Yeah, let's corral them into a manageable area where we can see them
Yeah.
all for sure.
And then, who wants to hear some
Starters.
pirate stories? Well,
How
there I
about a
was.
little fence? How about a
And
low
so I'm
fence?
firing off the port bow. I jumped and I
don't
did
need to
the
fence
thing
them.
where you stick your dagger into the sail and you go all the way down it. Is anyone listening to these pirate stories?
Make me a charisma performance check, and we'll find out.
Wait,
That's,
no, sorry, don't wait for the check.
That's an 8.
Okay.
Oh,
An 8
Corazon.
today.
It is very difficult to see in the blizzard, but you have a feeling that approximately somewhere between 10 and 15 of the kobolds have stripped off their coats and started to rub with snow so that their blood cools down and they go into hibernative state. They hibernate.
Going into
They
a
get
hibernative
cold.
state, huh? Yeah, I had to do that.
Yeah.
Of
On
crap.
one of my adventures. There I was on the island.
8 more of them do it. All of these kobolds are desperately trying to knock themselves out by dangerously lowering their body temperatures.
Dangerously lowering your body temperature, huh? That's what happened when I was swallowed by the kraken. Yeah, it was a real time that happened.
I
All
would
but
like
3
to...
kobolds are now asleep in the snow,
Oh,
not wearing any clothes. One of the kobolds, in fairness, goes, "Go on." No, what are you doing?
First I'd like to win their trust by also trying to hibernate by shedding my warm clothes and rubbing snow on myself.
No, Dob.
Okay.
And as I do that, I would like to address the kobolds.
You're taking-
As
say-
he undresses and
say-
rubs snow all over
Yeah,
his
I'm like-
body.
Kobolds, yeah. Kobolds after my own heart. Love to hibernate and get all frosty in the wintertime. I think you asked how we were going to keep you safe, and it was a great question, and the answer is the buddy system. So I need all of you kobolds to pick a buddy
Ah.
and hold hands. I won't make you all say your names so that you all know each other, but like, I asked the kobolds to all buddy up so that if anyone goes missing,
At least 2 of them instead of 1.
Yeah.
Two of them go missing.
Kobold on the right of you.
look, and then
And
there's
double
one
or
of the
quiz.
kobold on the left of you. One of you
Okay.
will go miss this blizzard. No, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. So 3 kobolds who are awake start to just pair the sleeping kobolds up, and they sort of push
Aw.
their hands together. So they're buddied up even though they're asleep. I now need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, hang on. Yep, here we go. 17 plus
Ah.
4.
Yeah, you don't fall asleep. You're just cold.
Yep, great.
But you're like, curse my half orcish resilience.
Curse my
I want to be
incredible
sleepy like these
constitution.
kobolds. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Egbert, I need
Yes.
you to make me a wisdom perception check, please.
Okay.
Do you have
And-
any?
-1 is a 9.
Okay, well, I was going to ask you to do this at a disadvantage because of the blizzard, but never mind. It doesn't really matter. Let's see now. Okay.
Bad feeling about this.
Because of your check, you don't see them coming until they're already on you. But thankfully, your tough paladin armor and your natural kind of draconic skin and the ridiculous offensive disguise that you're in protects you. Because you look down and it looks like there are actually 2 kobolds biting you or trying to bite you in the thighs.
Ah.
Can I pick them each up by the scruff of the neck?
Yeah, make me a strength athletics, please.
Okay. That's
One for each.
15 plus 4 is a 19,
Yeah.
and a 6 plus 4 is a 10.
Okay, you get one of them. I rolled a 20 for the second. So it kind
Dang.
of it lumbers out of the way. You see it's moving very clumsily and very slowly, but nonetheless, you know, maybe you telegraphed your attack too much and it gets out of the way. But as you pick up the other one, you turn it to you, and you see that its eyes are just completely milky white. Its jaw is kind of hanging loose, and there are several patches where it's bleeding or anything, but flesh has clearly been, you think, eaten away. And it looks at you and just tries to claw your eyes out.
Okay. Well, I'm going to
let's
hold it at
just-
arm's length.
Yeah, that's fine.
How about, am I aware of the other kobold? Does that run off, or is it still?
No, it's lumbering back towards her to try and bite you again.
Okay, fine. Well, can I take this one kobold and sprint back to? I know which direction I came from, right?
Sure.
And I know which direction they came from as well, right?
Yes. Well, no,
gonna...
you don't know where they came from. They just came out.
They just sort of appeared from the. Oh yeah, because I whiffed the roll. Okay, I'm just gonna run back with this kobold and go and show it to everyone and be like, look at this. What's this all about, eh?
Okay, so Egbert sprints out of the snow and appears in front of all of you, carrying something under his arm.
Not now, Egbert. I'm telling pirate stories. So anyway, there I was in the belly of the Kraken.
Egbert, what the heck?
Wow!
What is that thing?
Guys, a weird zombie kobold thing. Look, necrotic
Ew.
stuff going on there. I diagnosed zombie.
Oh, kill it. Crush it, Egbert. Crush it.
No, but
Yeah, stamp
maybe
on
it's
it.
a clue. Maybe it's a clue.
Yeah, crush it.
Hey,
Okay.
kobolds. What's the deal with this zombie kobold? You ever seen anything like this before?
The three kobolds that were still listening to the story, it takes them a second because they're like, is this part of the Kraken?
The Kraken.
And then they look over and they see the kobold zombie that Egbert is kind of just sort of showing everyone like a child with a toy, kind of just ragdolling this thing around. And they open their mouths and they scream.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I would do, I imagine. In this
There is a sudden commotion as sort of the instincts of the sleeping kobolds kick in, and they're like, oh, and they start awake despite their kind of enervates. And then they start to scream as well.
I cast Calm Emotions on the assembled kobolds.
Okay, how many creatures does Calm Emotions work on? Remind me.
Oh, bloody loads, Johnny.
Bloody loads.
That's what it says in the book.
Is that bloody
There it
loads
is,
metric
bloody
or bloody load aerial?
It is. Hang on, sorry, I'm checking on Beyond.
A group. Oh, it's every humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere.
Nice.
Let's make
Yes,
a charisma
20
saving throw.
foot. 20 foot's all right, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm gonna do a batch for this. What's your spell save DC?
17.
Okay, they're all calmed.
Guys.
It's just a zombie, okay? It's part of life.
One little.
Natural.
It's a beautiful
Yeah.
natural thing. The first zombie of
It
winter.
happens to us all.
They are all shivering from fright and cold.
For Christmas until I've seen the first zombie of the season.
The first.
I don't know if you already had inspiration, but you've certainly got it now.
Oh, thank you.
Folks, kobolds, you ever seen anything like this?
You just hear people go, the curse. What's it done? The curse. And you hear someone go, Travis.
Oh,
Oh no, it's
no, it's
Travis.
Travis.
Sweet Travis. No.
And
That means it
then
turned real recently, like real recently.
the screaming starts again. Because of course,
Only
Dob.
lasts for a minute.
No, it actually does only last for a minute, but it's not been a minute. But you'll also know that the indifference from calm emotions ends if the target is attacked. And it seems that kind of in the blizzard and among all of the kobolds sort of shuffling bodies, despite the excellent buddy system,
What?
roughly 20 more have snuck up.
20 more
20 more
zombie.
Kobold.
Yeah, so we'll initiative.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
wow.
Oh no.
Fight 20 zombie kobolds.
Here we go.
Well, that's a one, Johnny.
Oh,
Oh dear. I got 16 there, Johnny.
I got a 20, 20 but not
Yeah,
natural.
I got a 20, but not natural as well.
Okay. Dob.
13.
13 for Dob.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Okay. Kobolds group 1. Group 2. Group 3.
Genuinely think that's my first one.
What?
Yeah,
No way.
Really?
Statistically improbable. We've been doing this for like 2 years, haven't we?
We've got to have something for zombies there, Paladin Egbert. I'm looking at you, Paladin Egbert, please.
Yeah.
Oh
zombies.
yeah. I
Paladin
mean,
Egbert.
Something about the undead, I don't know, maybe.
Oh, what, the paladin doing paladin stuff? Not on.
I know,
I don't think
it's
I'm gonna do
wild.
that.
It's a wild.
It's always a first
But-
time.
Well,
Absolutely
I mean,
buck
so
wild.
it is either Corazon or Egbert's turn.
Well,
Okay.
Paladin, why don't you go first? And let's all just enjoy what the Paladin is going to do. The undead stuff. Let's enjoy the in-class antics that are about to take place.
how many of them are near me? How many of them are close to me?
20, was it?
How are they
Wait,
arranged
let's see.
on the field?
They're kind of just so you know how you kind of had your kobold sort of corral slash naked sleeping pile. They've just circled
When
it.
you say it like that, it sounds weird, Johnny.
I know. They've ringed it, so they're in sort of just they have kind of swarmed in
Okay.
a mass.
In all
Okay. Would you describe a zombie as a fiend or not? Probably not, right?
No, it's definitely an undead.
Okay. I'm going to. I'm going to.
Well, he tried, everyone.
Spin around with my tail and try and hit as many of them into the sky as possible. The big sweep of the tail.
Okay,
Yes, Egbert.
make me a strength
Gotta be
athletics
Egbert.
check, please.
Okay. That is a 3 + 4. That's a 7.
Mm-mm.
Do I
Does not
even get
work.
one?
No.
Do I trip over my own tail?
No, it's not that bad, but like you've practiced this move a lot. Mostly like when you're camping and you're on watch and everyone's asleep and you're like, this is gonna be so cool when I eventually do it. But you've only ever practiced it in warmer climes.
Right.
Despite the delicious hot chocolate and the marshmallow.
I can't imagine the marshmallow helped.
No, it probably didn't actually. So your tail is just kind of a bit stiff from the cold, and it just doesn't get the reach you need, I'm afraid.
Dang.
Um,
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Corazon.
Yeah. So we're
Only
all
Corazon had a tail.
together, right? We're all in a group at the moment.
Yeah.
Cool. I would like to take one of Egbert's bombs, light it, and throw it over onto the other side to try and get the AOE against the backs of the zombies. That's what I'm aiming for with this throw. Yeah.
Okay, this is going to be quite tricky, I think, because you are looking for a very, very specific blast pattern. Because these zombies are currently trying to eat the other kobolds.
Feeling lucky.
Okay, so just maybe a dex throw.
That is a 16 plus 4. 21.
Unbelievable. Okay, roll me a d10, please.
I will easily do that right now.
Simply that.
It's a 10.
Are you kidding?
I'm not
Okay.
kidding. That is a 10.
Great. What's the damage on your bomb, Egbert? I can't remember.
It is. All creatures within a 5-foot radius must make a DC 12 Dex check or take 3d6 fire damage.
Okay, 3. Oh, that's right. It's saving throws. Was it dex, he said?
Yeah, DC 12 check.
DC. Okay, good luck, zombie kobolds. Yeah, that ain't do it. Okay, all creatures within a 5-foot radius.
5 foot, yes.
How many kobolds can you get in a 5-foot radius?
Depends if you're
Well,
stacking
they're
them
very
on top of
dense.
each other or
Yeah,
not.
they're dense
Yeah.
creatures.
You
so
blend them.
They're in a
yeah,
crate.
They are.
very
They've got a
stuck,
wisdom
yeah.
modifier of -2. All right, let's say you can get 7 of them. Roll me 3d6 fire damage, please, Corazon.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, explosions are cool, Corazon.
That's a 3. That's a 5. And that's a 2.
So that's 10.
Yeah.
Okay, the zombie kobolds, like lots of bits fly off them. And they're all really quite profoundly on fire now. You hear kind of like a sighing, like as they take the damage. But as zombies tend to be quite resilient, they keep coming.
All right, I'll use my bonus action to hide.
Okay, cool, great. In that case, Prudence, it's your go.
All right, okay, I'm casting around. I'm looking at this kind of undercover market. We're under a bridge, right, Johnny?
Yes.
Okay, I look to the edges of the bridge. Are there any hanging icicles or perhaps a big formation of snow that's just, hanging over an edge somewhere?
Absolutely, you're in a winter wonderland.
Amazing. Okay, well, in that case, I look to an overhang of ice and snow that might be above a collection of zombie kobolds, and I hit the bridge strut, let's say, nearest it, with an eldritch blast to try and dislodge some of the ice and snow.
Amazing. All right, make me a ranged spell attack.
Well,
let's say the armor class on a bridge is. It's not going to be massive, is it?
It's not a great bridge, Johnny. It's a pretty terrible bridge, if we're honest.
Let's call it a 10.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. That's a 14.
14. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay. So you're looking to just icicles, right?
Yeah, or like a big bank of snow, perhaps. That might be. I mean, you tell me, Johnny.
Let's roll
Whatever
the
you
die
got.
and find out.
Yeah.
Okay. 8 massive icicles dislodge from the bridge and start to hurtle their way down in a very spiky fashion toward these kobolds. What would the damage on an icicle be?
They're big and sharp. They're
They are
pointy as
big and
heck.
sharp.
So pointy.
Let's call it 2d8.
Yeah, my sharp, pointy boys. Do my bidding. I am the Ice Queen. I hope.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Are you rolling or am I?
Oh, sorry. I thought.
Sorry,
Oh, wait,
no, I can't.
wait. I thought you were rolling for that. I was really waiting for an icicle to do something there, but I'm rolling for them. Okay, sorry.
They
what
are
did you say?
2d8, please.
2d8. All right, let's do that. Sorry, that was so much suspense, and then I was like, oh, this is
No, it's fine.
me. I'm doing the icicles. All right. Well, one is a 2, that one, and then one is an 8. So
Okay.
it's a mixed bag there, John.
It's. I tell you what, it's not awful. Basically, 8 of the kobolds kind of from. It's not the group that are partly on fire.
Right.
It's the other one. 8 of them now just sort of have icicles sticking out of their heads, and they're really struggling to move. It turns out that's really quite limiting to your movement range when you're sort of pinned from your head most of the way down into your torso.
Ooh,
Kind
yeah.
of like. Some of them are
Good.
stuck at really weird, odd, unnatural angles.
Ooh, I love it.
They aren't down, but they look ridiculous. They look like freeze pops.
Delicious zombie freeze pops.
Yeah.
Are these kobolds that aren't zombies helping at all, or are they just terrified beyond the capacity for rational thought?
They are. I mean, like they've been living in fear for quite a long time. A bomb's just gone off, and they're being attacked by zombie kobolds. I'm going to say they're not being tremendously useful combatants at this point in time. I will roll them into the initiative order, and if they're all alive on the next turn, they can join in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deal.
Snicket's got moves.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, we're all rooting for Snicket.
You better
Snicket better
survive.
make it out of this alive.
I need those trousers.
Okay, kobold time. Let's see. Let's start with the 2 that haven't been pinned. Okay. What's your armor class again, Prudence?
Oh, my armor class, Johnny, is 12, of course.
Okay. Let's see.
Why? Why is that relevant? Oh, zombies.
Yeah. So you get sort of a kobold zombie. Oh wow! Lunges at you. And
Wow,
it does
means
1d.
good, probably.
It tries to scratch you. It does 1d6 minus 1 piercing damage. I rolled a 1, so it sort of gently caresses your cheek. Not your cheek. Your two-
That's worse
sort of-
somehow.
Sort of gives a gives a caress to your arm. It is creepy, and it's like as it does it. It's horrible.
I'm freaked out. I'm
Yeah.
fully freaked out, but undamaged.
Let's see. Now the Freezy Pop ones, they are. Ooh, they're 20 though. And that's the one. Okay. So how many? Freezy Pop. There are 8 of them. Four normal market kobolds fall down, sort of pinned under the weight of ice kobolds that have sort of grabbed them and up, and they're doing that classic "I'm a zombie lying on top of you and I'm going to start trying to munch through your shoulder" thing. It's not going. Yeah, they're not having. It's a bad day at the office for the kobolds. I'll say that much.
Our first ever kobold protection job is going terribly.
My trousers.
Well, you've got the trousers already.
Oh, have
Nice.
I? Okay.
Yeah, you
Why
have
are we
got-
bothering with this
Get out of
fight?
You
here.
have got the trousers already, yeah. Dob.
Could I just get a quick lay of the land summary? Would that be all right, Johnny?
Absolutely. So you've got the bridge. You are you're on the outskirts of it, sort of half in, half out. Because when Egbert ran up, people kind of came over to see what the fuss was. So with the bridge over the top, imagine just a big circle, half under the bridge, half not under the bridge.
Okay.
The half that is under the bridge, there are some very on fire kobolds. Half that is outside the bridge, there are some kobolds that have been skewered with icy pops. And you are kind of the gooey center of this little corral is tied normal kobolds and the Oxventurers. Prudence is sort of on the outskirts, tussling with just a weird handsy zombie.
Right.
And the rest of you are kind of dotted around. So, because, the circle isn't so big that it would ever exceed your movement speed. So I'm just going to say you can move freely within this circle, even if it means sort of nudging a few kobolds out the way and being slightly rude to them. They'll forgive you if they live.
Okay. All right. Well, I was thinking. No, bring the bridge down is a bad idea. Yeah, I was thinking just bring like the mouth of it down, if that makes sense, like so that we're sort of trapped in, but they're on all the zombies are on.
You would end up crushing sort of the middle of the circle.
Okay, all right. Then I go to
Love it,
Put
Doc.
that on the maybe pile.
plan.
then I put that on the main part. What I would like to do then, I would like to run into the zombie kobolds with my, you guessed it, 50-foot hempen rope.
Okay.
And I would like to sort of try and lasso it round the waist of the first zombie I come to, then run in a broad circle through around the infected, and tie that off into. Basically, I want to try and I want to try, if I can, to secure all the zombies inside one rope lasso.
I hope you roll well, my friend.
Okay.
I just want to, my thinking is I just want to separate the zombies from the
Yeah.
non-zombies.
Yeah, I'm totally with you.
Corral
Yeah,
them.
And then I think Merylwen can like Hammer of Dawn them or something.
Yeah,
Let's call
yeah,
this
yeah.
a Dex acrobatics check, shall we?
Yes, please. All right. I've got inspiration. Can I use inspiration now to?
You may, yes.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Well, now that's a 16, and that's a 5. So I'll take the 16 plus 5.
That's 21.
Plus 21. I think that's actually. Is it acrobatics?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's 22. It's in that ballpark. Sorry, my math is failing me right now, but that's yeah.
Okay. You know what? That'll do it. So, Dob kind of gets out 50 foot of hempen rope and whips up a quick lasso. And it's weird. He sort of makes it to the edge of the circle, and then he starts running around the circle very quickly. He's kind of speeding through the snow. He's a snow speeder, you might call him. And as he throws his lasso at one of the walkers, the zombies, sorry, he starts to, just run around and try and tap all of their legs. At one point, you hear Icewind Dale be like, "Dude, no, stop, it's too dangerous." You hear Dob mutter to himself, "One more pass." And then, sure enough, you've made a bindle of Icewind Kobold zombies. 10 of
Zombie
them.
bindle.
Zombie bindle.
Zindle.
Yeah, so there are 10. There are 10 still on the loose,
Ah.
That's a good start.
but half of them are now just neatly tied up, and they're all trying to pull in different directions, and they're snarling, and it's a horrible comedy of errors.
All right. Well, I'm just trying to hold on to that. Pull that
Zindle.
the Zindle, the zombie bindle. I'm just holding that in. Holding them squished together as much as I can.
Okay. Great. That'll do it. Let's see what the terrified kobolds. Oh no, they're coming in next time. All right. So now it's the very much on fire kobolds. Let's start with the normal ones. Wow. What's your armor class again, Corazon?
15. I am hidden.
Oh, you're hidden. Sorry, not Corazon then. Let's say
Where's
Merylwen.
Corazon?
Mine is also 15.
Yeah. Okay.
When we needed him most.
I shoot a look in the general direction where I think Corazon is.
Corazon's hat is poking up.
Merylwen, you get bitten by 2 zombie kobolds.
Ow!
You take a mighty 4 points of piercing damage.
That's not that bad.
I turn into a zombie kobold.
Really isn't, is it? It's kind of a strength in numbers deal. I'm now doing it for the ones that are very hurt. There's actually 2 more hits, so then that's 4. Ow! Damn. Okay, that's different. That's another 9.
How?
Yeah. The zombie kobolds are kind of like the first 2 sort of wrap their arms around your legs and just like, and then others sort of latch on until your legs are just like basically look down and it's like you're wearing trousers made of gnawing heads. They're just like,
Oh.
it's
Look
deeply
out.
unpleasant.
Look out for
Not
my
as good
hiding
as my
place and
trousers.
say, "Wow, glad that wasn't me."
You really dodged several bullets there, Corazon. It is now your go, Merylwen.
Okay.
Wreck 'em.
I would like. Well, and I need to. Where is everyone right now? So I've got a few of them on my legs.
Yep.
And then
So
there's
you're
a
on the
bindle.
outside of the circle.
I'm on the outside of the circle.
I'm the furthest
Okay.
away, I think, because I'm trying to pull the zombie bindle away, so like out into the
Okay.
blizzard.
Yeah, you're probably about 20 foot away from the Zindel.
Okay. I'm gonna try and aim at the Zindel because I'm right in the middle of the other group.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna aim a moonbeam at the Zindel, assuming that they're out underneath, out where the like on the edge of the bridge, so I can at least call from the sky and not destroy the bridge.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
very. That's
Thanks for
very
checking this time.
sensitive of you. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. La la la. Ghostly flames. Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. Otherwise, they take half the damage, so they will take damage no matter what I do.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. What's your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is 15.
They actually passed the check, so they're going to take half damage.
Okay. Come on. Okay, that is a 7.
Okay. All right. So they're going to take that at the start of their next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They'll take 7, which is, to be fair, pretty good. 7 damage incoming. All right, Corazon, we're back to you. You are hidden.
I believe it's Egbert before me.
Oh, either or. Yeah, Egbert
Sure.
then.
So we've got some kobolds on fire.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some kobolds on Merylwen's legs.
Yep.
And we've got the Zindel.
Yep.
Are there any other kobolds other than those three groups? Right? No.
Only the ones that you don't want to kill.
Okay, cool. I guess I'm going to go over to the Zindel and use my breath weapon to breathe some fiery stuff and make sure that they're on fire as well. I feel like I don't want them to miss out on the being on fire.
That's very nice. Yeah.
And then we can
What's the
identify
DC
the good kobolds are the ones who aren't on fire, or Merylwen's legs.
Yeah.
It makes them a lot easier to spot.
I think so. What's the DC they have to beat with the saving throw?
It's a dex save, 12.
Yeah, they're not going to pass this. They're already at -2, and they're effectively grappled.
Damn straight.
Yes. And I think I rolled twice now. It was 2d6 before. Do I roll? I think it's maybe 3d6 now for my breath weapon for damage on a failed save.
Nice. Yeah.
Cool. Shall I roll those now? Have they?
Yes, please.
They're not gonna pass it. Okay. 3d6. That's a 3 and a 2 and a 1, so that is only 6 total.
Okay. Well, they are all on fire now. It's like when people burn sage. It's like that, but zombies.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So
It smells great.
like, meanwhile, they're also lit up in this ethereal moonbeam that has is about to, let's face it, pop them like grapes in a microwave.
Yep.
Ooh. Yes.
Corazon, it's your go now.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to get these ones off Merylwen's list, ideally. So how many are involved in that whole scenario?
How many? So it's 2 in the first instance, and then 4. 2 on each leg.
2 on each leg.
Half on fire, half not.
Damn. Okay. Well, I've only got.
Could have been you, Corazon.
I know it could have been. That's why I'm trying to help. I've got a hand crossbow. I could probably pick them off from, but probably only one of them, right? I mean, how are they lined up? Are their heads pressed against each other?
Roll well.
Yeah.
Heads are on my legs currently.
So they're kind of, if you imagine Merylwen's sort of thigh there, it's kind of like one, like they're coming in from 2 different angles.
Right.
So they're actually looking at each other and being like, "Isn't this great?"
Well, I reckon I could get at least one of them
They're sharing
off
a
there.
moment. Okay.
Let me have a go.
Yep. Do roll well.
All right. So yeah, I'm going to be firing a hand crossbow at
At Merylwen's.
At
Merylwen's legs.
At my leg.
Exactly.
In my very.
Don't worry, Merylwen. I'm basically sober again.
Basically sober.
Yeah.
Basically.
Better when he's drunk, so.
All right. So
Please don't let the shot be in vain, and when I say that, I mean literally in the vein in my leg.
main.
Oh no, if
femoral
it's your
artery.
thigh, it would be an artery. Don't worry. Yeah. Corazon
yeah.
knows.
All right. So that's plus my. Oh, that's you're fine, Merylwen. Don't even worry about it. So that's 21.
Hot dang. All right. Yeah. Roll me your damage, please.
Oh, I had inspiration, but I did forgot to use it. That's fine. It worked out. Don't worry about it. Okay, so 1d6 piercing. Sure, whatever. It's only a 2, I'm afraid. That seems rubbish.
You
Precision shot. It's just very slow.
You give a kobold zombie like a nose piercing.
Yeah.
It's just got a
Well,
bar
my work
through its
here is
nose.
done. I say. Get back into my hiding
She
place.
didn't do anything, Corazon.
Didn't I, Prudence?
Meryl, when you look down, and in an image that is sure to haunt you for the rest of your extremely long life, you see this this kobold that's just taken a bolt in the nose, kind of go and sneeze while biting you. So it kind of goes like, and sort
thought it would
of
at
blood
least
and
fall
spit
off.
just go.
Oh, that's so infectious.
Yeah, it just kind of, and it's disgusting. It actually like, despite the fact it is a zombie, it manages to look slightly embarrassed. That's how that goes. Okay, Prudence, what are we saying?
Okay, well, my first temptation is to, pick a couple of them off with Eldritch Blast, but seeing as we've got 4 kobolds still on Merylwyn's legs, correct?
Yep.
Right, okay. How close is the hot spring? And how hot is the hot spring?
The hot spring is kind of, it's warm enough that it doesn't freeze, but it's steaming gently. It's kind of just warmish.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, without full confidence, let's call it an experiment.
Okay.
I punt Merylwyn into the hot spring.
Single
the
hobnail
kobolds.
boot to the area.
Yeah. This is Sparta, Merylwyn into spring. If it's
I love it. I absolutely love it.
I trust your prudence.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's good, Merylwyn.
Merylwyn,
I love
in
the,
the
way
moment,
you think, Prudence.
You're not resisting this, are you? You're selling the hit.
I'm like, okay, I'm prepping for it. I'm
Okay.
like embracing myself.
All right. In that case, what is your armor class normally? It's 15, isn't it, Merylwyn?
15, yeah.
Then let's call it 7. Make me a strength athletics check, Prudence.
All right.
Which shouldn't be a hardship for you because your strength modifier changed recently, if you remember.
Indeed. Strength 6, you said. Okay, fine. Good.
I'm mainly hoping that this will wash the zombie snot off my thigh.
If nothing else, we'll get you washed. That's a 14, Johnny.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah!
There is a whoosh. Not only as an elf druid and 4 zombie kobolds cut through the air, but also as all of the air is compressed out of Merylwyn's lungs, as Prudence just like throws her hips forward and just canes Merylwyn
Prudence
with
those hobnail boots.
with her hobnail boots.
And it's good!
It's like,
Good.
the crowd's already going wild, but you swear that it goes well there in the midst of this attack. Yeah. Okay, there are now 4 kobolds in the stream. That's interesting. Yeah, I can work with that.
Good.
As the impact, let's see what happens. The impact, whiffed it, definitely biffed it.
Yeah, in your face,
Back
kobold.
on, biffed it. Okay, 3 of the kobolds actually are detached. One of them is kind of still hanging on. Blessedly, it's not the one that sneezed. But you notice immediately the kobolds are struggling because the hot springs, the temperature is considerably higher than anything these zombies have been exposed to since their untimely demise, and it's not good. Them just starting to deteriorate quite rapidly.
Oh dear. Flesh.
Their
flying off
wounds,
the bone.
exactly. Their wounds start to bleed again, and the kind of the like freezer burn.
Oh.
It is exactly like that. They're just kind of like you've just invented bath bombs, but they're horrible.
Oh no.
Patent pending.
Bath zombs.
I think of the
Bath
2
bombs.
business ideas, probably let's go with marshmallows.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I refuse.
That can be our
Bath bombs.
backup. Yeah, backup on Dragon's Den. They don't go for the first one.
So that happened.
Literal dragon.
Meanwhile, you remember the Zindel?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's exploded.
Pop.
Sweet.
Because
Crikey.
in fact, you know what? I think we can drop out of combat initiative here.
Okay.
Because basically, like, there's Merylwyn goes flying and lands in a hot spring, and immediately 4 kobold zombies start dissolving, and then just like a large firework, a bundle of another 10 just goes and as sort of just chunks start to rain down among the market. The blizzard kind of rages on, but you notice the zombies are starting to move away. They're sort of shambling off. Whatever sort of rudimentary intelligence they have left has told them that perhaps they should just chill out and try this again later.
Follow them. Let's follow
Yeah,
them.
let's see where they're coming
Go
from.
after those zombies.
Yeah, let's-
Let's see what
I
the
like a
heck
safe
this
distance.
zombie is.
Throw them off their zombie programming or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. They start to disappear into the snow. If anyone cares to know, all of the regular kobolds they are frantically tending to the wounds of those who have been hurt.
What? Who got
there's
hurt?
lots of-
That was flawless. Perfect encounter.
Zombies fell upon them. Remember?
Yeah,
Oh.
bit their shoulders.
They fell upon
Okay,
them
well-
and were biting them.
And
We have to
thighs.
execute the bitten ones, obviously.
They don't appear to be dying. The kobolds seem to be rushing to try and save their friends' lives rather than kill them,
Good.
because it's almost that's just what they're doing. You start to follow these zombie kobolds. They move slowly. It is not a hardship to follow them. What the hardship comes from Snicket following all of you and just giving you a right royal telling off. Like, what? Snicket
Snicket.
makes the finest trousers in Frostmead. Snicket,
You're still
not
alive, Snicket. Did you see those things?
Snicket, not think that fine job.
Dobcast,
Come
sleep
on, man.
Snicket. Do something to Snicket. I've had enough of
Snicket
his
kind of
ways.
I throw
it stops.
some citrus fruits at him. Make him
No,
reminisce.
no, Merylwyn, no. Oh.
No, but where did you get the lemons from?
I always have them just in case.
Oh,
Always
good.
happens
Okay,
to you when
fine.
you lost
No,
someone
Scurvy,
called
presumably.
no further questions.
Right, good.
Meryl, when you turn into a kobold, then you die, then you become a zombie kobold. That's what you are now. You're Merylwyn the zombie kobold. I'm joking. You can be
We'll walk her every day.
you can be a wood elf druid until the end of the session, and then we'll talk. So you round a corner, and you see that the zombies are kind of you round the corner. And you're like, whoa, where did most of the zombies go? Because there's only 2 that you can see, and then you kind of realize they shamble along, and then they stop, and very mechanically just sort of turn and look down, and they start to walk through kind of these trapdoors that are built into the ground, and there's a very steep sort of set of stairs leading into some form of cellar with there's all kinds of stuff in there. There's some crates, there's some supplies, there are barrels of ale, there are lots of bottles of wine, some spare stools.
Wine?
It's the tavern. It's the tavern. She's doing it. The tavern lady who doesn't like
Dana.
kobolds. She
Yeah,
did
what?
it.
Kobold. The kobold hater.
Yeah.
Oh.
As you go down, you see that the zombies, they kind of go down, and there are quite a lot more of them, just kind of placidly standing there, just like
My goodness.
Okay.
just on standby. It's on zombie kobold standby.
Okay.
Well, if they're just on standby, I think we should look around for proof of who, other than zombie kobolds, is responsible for this cellar.
Yeah, let me investigate it.
Sure. You make an investigation, please. Intelligence investigation.
I'm gonna have a look around as well.
Okay, yeah. Intelligence investigation for anyone who wants
16.
to. Great. Marilyn, how did you do? 6.
6. How big is the area that they're in? Is it larger than 5 foot square?
Yes.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, they're not in a box. They're in a pub cellar. Meryl,
I
when
used
you
detect magic on the cellar as well. Sorry, carry on, Johnny.
okay, Meryl, when you are using you use this time, you get a stick and you scratch the calculations in the snow. After you count all the zombie kobolds and then try and work out what the volume of a zombie kobold is, how many you think you can get in a 5 foot area, and then you realize they're probably not. They're not going to fit. Not all of them.
It's more that I need a 5 foot bit in a wall that I could maybe fill in and trap them.
Oh, I see. Right.
To make a door that they cannot open.
Aha, got it. Well, no. Prudence, you cast Detect Magic, and like an amorous vampire, there is a distinct aura of necromancy in this here cellar. They're all kind of purple. Yep. They're all kind of like they take on a weird purple aura, and the aura that you see kind of there are wisps, almost like wisps of smoke, and they all seem to be pulling in the same direction, sort of diagonally up and away from you. Corazon, you notice that the trap door, the doors to the cellar rather, are attached to some sort of rope pulley system, and it seems that they can be opened automatically, perhaps from above.
Okay. Whatever's controlling this is up there, I think.
I
Thoughts?
concur. Yeah, I know, I concur.
Cool.
I think
It's hella necromantic down here also. I clue everyone in on the necromantic trails. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh,
So-
But you knew that already.
Should we go upstairs and confront this person who we assume is Dana?
Yeah, if you're needing me to build a door, I think it's not quite got the room for it. I'm afraid.
That was going to be my next
I mean,
question
Yeah.
about the stone
Yeah,
shape.
the magic door you were
Yeah,
going to
look, I mean,
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
sorry.
maybe
anyone
there's a
have
way
any
you can still
necromantic
salvage
wards?
this.
Or,
Oh.
like...
Yes, this young vampire that I've been educating.
Tell me more about the amorous young vampire.
Yeah, old necro boy over here. He's...
His name is Vlad, and he needs to work on his lines.
God, maybe...
Why is that a mirror in your pocket? I can't see myself. I am a vampire.
That's good.
It's working on
This
you.
guy now.
You're coming
I'd be
along,
into it.
lad.
I'm very glad to have met him.
Oh, God.
Vlad turns into a bat, flies among the blizzard, goes above the clouds, gets caught in a blaze of sun and dies. He burns
See?
to death.
Circle of
See, Meryl,
life.
when you see what happens.
Seal
Alright, let's go
Gaiman
and stop this
eggs
necromancer.
mournfully.
Oh wait! Hang on.
What?
How about there's a pulley system, right, to get up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Put me a pulley. I'll make myself invisible. Send me up. I'll get the proof we need.
Okay. I mean, stop me if I'm wrong. I kind of feel like you're imagining one of those laundry lines with pulleys.
I'm imagining a dumbwaiter.
Oh no, it's a counterweight with ropes that pull the cellar doors open.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
so
an
we
opening
can't-
mechanism for the cellar doors.
Okay, so we can't open it from this. Or we can. Do we think
No.
we can open
Follow
it?
this though.
If you pull the ropes, all you'll be able to do is close the cellar doors behind you.
But could we climb the ropes and find out where the mechanism to open them is? Because whoever is doing this is obviously has access to that room.
No.
How about this? How about this? You all hide behind something, and I use Thunderwave to excitingly smash the ceiling,
Love it.
and then we'll have access to above, whatever it is.
Is there really no access other than
I
from
turn
outside?
into a cat and have a look to see if I can. Is there a door out?
Yeah, there's a door
Cat-
Other
from the
than
cellar
the
into what you do recognise is the tavern.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Let's just go out into the tavern, right?
So
Yeah.
yes, there are suffice it to this point to the
Right.
room you want to get
Right.
into.
Nice. We should
Let's
we should
have it and
breach
see what's what.
breach
I'm
and
gonna
clear
I'm
from
gonna stay as Merowyn.
let's breach and clear from like different entrances. It'll be exciting and cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
All right. Okay.
man.
So go then.
I'll go back out the way we came in and go front door of the tavern and
Okay.
make sure that's blocked.
Okay.
Oh,
so
good,
yeah, tavern points of ingress. Cross the cellar and just go up the stairs and use the door into the back of the tavern.
Yep.
Front door, excitingly swinging down from the ceiling on through
Hell
a window.
yeah. That's what I'm doing.
The chimney.
Chimney, please, shotgun. I'm up.
I mean, you do know full well there is a roaring fire,
Yes.
right? I suspected,
likes
but
it.
I just wanted to double check.
Just drop some snow down it first or something, Dob. It'll be
There's
fine.
no time.
Okay, right. Right, yeah, we're actually quite tight on time. So, Dob's going down the chimney. Egbert, you're stacked up on the door.
Yep. Ready to
Horizon, I
burst in.
assume you're going to smash through a window.
I'm going to smash through the window on a rope, and then maybe if there's a chandelier, swing on it. If not, I'll improvise.
I assume
Okay,
we've synchronized our wrist-mounted sundials.
Yeah.
I'm on the other side of the front door from Egbert. We're on either side
Okay,
to
stacked
breach and
up.
clear. Yeah,
Perfect.
stacked up on the door.
Marilyn.
I'm gonna come out from the room where the zombies are.
Okay, all right. So I would like you to just make me a stealth check, please.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
This should
My
not be
favourite
difficult, in
kind.
fairness.
Johnny, I don't suppose I ever would have dabbled in an experimental flashbang bomb with my time.
You're careless. Of course you have.
All right.
You're not breaching and clearing without a flashbang.
Yeah.
A holy flashbang.
A little thing I've been working on, guys. Hope it goes well.
Okay.
So is that just a stealth check or a stealth dex check? Just a stealth?
Dex stealth.
Dex stealth. Okay, then that's 18 then.
Yeah, that'll do it.
11.
7 was that prudent?
No, 11. 11.
Oh, 11.
For the love
You.
of God.
we all doing it?
Yeah, just to make sure that you get in position.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I only
but-
got a 10, so make of that
That's
what you
fine.
will.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
we
The
ready,
passive
everyone?
perception on the kobold zombies is only 8, so like Meryl, when you are past them, it is fine. Everyone is ready. You have synchronized your dials. So
Roger.
I'm gonna say, Corazon, you need to make me a Dex acrobatics check. Dob, you need to make me a Dex saving throw. Let's face facts. And then who's huffing open the front door?
Me, I'm in a kicking mood.
James,
Okay, strength-
I'll do the kick.
James gonna
you
kick
do
the door in,
flashbang.
and I'm gonna,
Yeah.
as it swings open,
Feeling
lob
kicky
the flashbang
today.
in.
Okay, strength athletics then from Prudence and
Nice.
Dex from you, Egbert.
Cool.
All right, here's my strength athletics.
Could use that
I got
crossbow
a-
of yours and gain proficiency bonus if you wanted. It would
Me?
be the first time you've used it properly. Yeah.
Yeah, go on then. Why not? Why not? Yeah, I'll use my crossbow to fire the flashbang.
You've twisted my arm. After 3 years, I will
You have to
use that
talk
weapon
Egbert
you
into it.
created for me.
That's an
all
18
right.
on the strength, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 15 on the Dex acrobatics.
And it's
Lovely.
23 on 9 quarter fire.
All right.
Nice.
I rolled
Roll
a
then. Yep.
5 plus 2 is 7 plus 3 for the proficiency bonus is 10.
You are lucky to that crossbow.
Yeah, really am I.
Yeah, but
Meryl, when you know what, that door's not locked, you can just burst through it, I think. So it is every bit as cinematic as you hoped it might be.
yes.
Dob does like a sort of 3-point superhero landing in the fireplace. Lots of like embers fly up in a cool particle physics sort of way as he is lit beautiful object source lighting. Like the sound of him landing coincides with the crash of the door, which flies perfectly like upright across the entire room, splinters against the bar. It is followed by a flashbang that sails over the bar, and then in an incredible flash of light, it kind of
There better be
goes
someone
off.
in here.
This light.
There's a lot of patrons trying to have a quiet
Who
drink.
knows? This light sparkles majestically off the fragments of glass that have just been kicked into the room by Corazon, billowing behind him, holding onto a rope that's wrapped around the forearm. The other hand, just in slow motion, just sweeping through his hair. And Meryl, when just without looking at any of this, just kind of opens the door and throws it wide and just walks into the tavern, kind of like bits of door, bits of glass, bits of like flaming ember just swirling around her. And Dana, who is standing at the bar cleaning a mug, looks up and goes, "What?"
Surprise, idiot! I shout, and I crash into Dana and tackle her to the ground.
Strength athletics check.
Well, Johnny, that is an 18 plus 1. That's a 19.
And then what?
You tackle an elderly lady to the ground.
Yeah. This is what you get for
Just
making
like-
zombies, I expect.
Does she
It's like-
survive?
Yeah, it's yes. She's winded, and she goes like, she's just like, what are you doing?
Quick as a flash, I use my various nautical knots to tie her up.
Okay, you use exactly 50 foot of hempen rope.
Yay.
Wow.
That's a
You
lot.
like
She's so tired.
Yeah.
just make me a dex sleight of hand check, please.
13, 20.
Okay, you are so thorough you tie Dana in a bowline hitch. Never mind the rope. So you now just have a knotted tavern owner there. She's on what remains of the bar. She's like, was there a problem with the service? I can
There's a
offer you
problem.
a round on the house.
Service was adequate, Dana.
I've invented a brand new drink.
Yeah, I bet you have.
It's called a Riaka Mellow.
Oh no! No, quick! She must be stopped.
That's
She's
it.
gonna steal our idea.
Mess with those kobolds, that's something, but mess with our intellectual property?
Oh, would you prefer a marsh chablis?
I prefer you stop making kobolds into zombies. That's
Yeah,
right.
the
we
jig
know
is
it
up,
all.
Dana.
The jig is,
Hi, Dana.
like Prudence said, it's up.
You can't
You
prove
have to-
anything.
We don't have to.
They're all in your basement.
Yeah, they're all in the
God.
Tunnel
basement.
them in the cellar.
You're not supposed to. It's staff only.
Oh, she's got us there. All right, well, I leave.
Yeah, all right. We untie Dana.
Go.
Yeah, get out of my tavern.
We leave quietly.
Damn, we were so close.
We didn't get the warrant.
Wait.
What?
Wait, no, I spring back into action. Exciting.
Dang it.
You're magically connected to these zombie kobolds that are
Yeah.
literally in your cellar, mere meters away.
You telling us you know
There's no
nothing
point
about the
trying to
zombie
deny it.
kobolds? Pull the other one.
No, I'm not.
It's got marshmallows.
I'm not.
Evidence, Dana. You're rumbled.
All right,
Fine.
look, I want to leave you with Prudence. She gets pretty
Wait,
buck wild
wait.
when she gets angry.
All right. Can I run quickly down to the cellar where the zombie
Yep.
kobolds are still sort of standing around? They're deactivated, right? They're just like...
Standby mode. Energy
Okay.
saving.
So it probably would be absolutely fine for me to just take my dagger and just in the head, kill one, bring it back up,
Sure.
and cast Speak with Dead and ask it, who is your master?
Phew.
Okay, I cast.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Complex, but I like
Thinking
it.
this through. Yeah.
It is complex, but it is also comprehensive. Yes. In a lightning fast and a perfectly harrowing bit of ingenious decapitation, I guess. Dub reappears from the cellar with a severed head.
Oh, nice.
Guys, I think this could help.
That's intense. What's the plan?
Yeah, that's what you're getting, Dana, if you don't speak. That's what I assume is doing.
All
Should we
right.
get someone from the law around here to witness the confession?
We are the law, Egbert. You know that by now.
Yeah, it's true.
The only law that matters. Oh, do the thing.
Vigilante
Do
law.
the
All right.
thing.
I hold the severed head, Yorick style, and I ask it, who is your master? Tell me who your master is. Or I was going to say point at them, but maybe just like look at them now, I guess.
Point your tongue
Roll
at
your eyes.
With your tongue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wiggle
Put
your ears
tongue
in their
at
direction.
Your master.
Make me a dex saving throw, Dub. Okay.
Oh,
You, the kobold head, you're fairly certain, tries to nod in Dana's direction. The
Yes.
momentum tips it and it lands on the floor and bursts like an overripe melon.
Oh.
Well, Dana, all the proof we need.
You're wrecking my bar.
I rest my case.
Fine. Yes, it was me.
Knew it.
Well,
Why?
So, so stop it.
No kobolds. I hate them.
You have so many of them in your basement then.
Because I'm using them to drive the others out or kill them. I don't care. They
wow.
come to this. This was a nice place, and then they come and they're trying to take our jobs. They're setting up a tavern. I have this is my tavern. They can't come in, but they can't offer rival
Wow.
business. I won't have it.
You're a nasty piece of work, Dana, and I respect
Yeah.
that. But we're gonna have to crush you. I
Ah,
mean, literally.
no.
Let's turn her
Why
into
not?
a kobold. Probably one of you's got that spell, I imagine. All you magic
Look,
We can
widows.
hit her with the mace and see
Look.
what happens.
Oh yeah,
No,
let's get the
stop it.
polymorph
Stop
going.
it.
Let's turn her. Let's see if
Stop
we can
it.
get a kobold out of it.
What if she turns
Yeah,
into a
yeah,
dragon?
yeah.
Stop it. Just because I'm a morally reprehensible xenophobe
Yes.
doesn't mean that I don't
Go
have
on.
rights.
You have the right to be polished by my friend's magical mace of shapeshifting or whatever you're calling it, Egbert.
Yeah, what you just.
We'll let the fates decide.
Yeah.
We'll let the fates decide.
I'll give you the recipe to my master blade.
We invented it!
Recipe.
Get him.
We've got the
Get
best
her.
name.
Okay, I'm gonna ponk her very gently on the shoulder with my mace of transmogrification.
That's the one.
Okay. Are we doing this the same protocol we did last time? Are you just going to stand there tapping her until you roll a 6?
Yes.
Okie dokie then. Please
Okay.
start
Rolling.
doing that.
Freeze. 6. There you go.
Okay.
Quicker than
Okay.
last time.
That was a lot quicker than that.
Yeah, that was.
I'm hoping
Okay.
that my mace has a sense of irony.
What was the 3?
Hang on. No. Let me just pull up the old monster manual here.
All right, fingers crossed, not dragon.
Kobold. Kobold.
Come on, Fluffy
Mike.
Bunny.
Mike, pick a letter.
Not D. K.
Okay, and give me a number between 1 and 10.
6.
He's trying to play the alphabet.
Huh. Well, that's appropriate enough. She's into a lizard folk.
Okay.
She's a as the game itself describes it, primitive reptilian humanoids that lurk in the swamps and jungles of the world.
Okay.
Oh,
She-
so we're going to deal well in the blizzard then, I guess.
No. Oh, this is wow. How fortuitous. They have the trait territorial xenophobes. I'm not lying.
Wow.
Wow.
Right.
Fate decide, and fate
She
played a
can
blinder.
no longer speak common, but she looks you dead in the eyes, Egbert, and says in Draconic, "What's happening? I feel different."
Yeah, you're a lizard folk now.
No.
To learn what it's like to live as a different species with all the potential prejudice against that you might experience. Now you'll understand what the kobolds were suffering.
Can we not go back to the killing bit?
No,
No.
you must live like this to understand.
We could
that all
banish you.
species have worth.
Maybe we should
No,
banish her. Can we
No,
banish?
no. Don't.
Okay.
Play itself out.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I-
just think on it. Think on the lessons.
I think I will.
Hang on. I've got a plan. How about we put her in the cellar, and I just, seal it up.
You
Whoa,
really want to
hey,
build
whoa,
a door,
whoa,
don't you?
whoa.
Desperate to have a door.
Dang, Merylwen. Wow. I love
think
it.
this-
That's brutal.
I don't think
She's
we
looking
need to-
around.
She created.
She's
I'm
looking
in
around
the zombie
confused.
cellar.
She
Well,
She
the
doesn't know what you're all
villagers come
saying,
by and be like, "Oh, what happened to Dana?" And then open the cellar, and then they'll be killed by a lizard folk.
She'll be walled
Why don't
up
we
though.
just say don't open it? We'll put up, we'll share the story far and wide.
Isn't the point that she
Make it a
will
legend
she lives
so that-
on and learns her lesson and learns not to be?
I feel like killing her by sealing her into a wall undercuts the moral
yeah.
tone.
Makes
I
us
think so,
also
too.
the bad guys here.
Fine.
Except
It's a moral
she.
parable.
Yeah,
I
but
liked
she's-
your plan,
You must
Merylwen.
walk
Thanks.
a
Chris.
mile in the kobold shoes and also be sealed into a wall until then.
And also, I'll stab you a bunch.
Alton
Yeah.
racism.
She turns to you, Egbert, and says, "They're talking a lot, and I can't understand them, and it's rude."
it's rude. You're rude. Kobolds. Now
Yeah.
go. Be on your way.
Ugh, I can't believe this. She.
You've got a pair of trousers you can have. I give it the trousers.
All right. Well, put the trousers on me, but can you also untie me?
No.
Yeah, all right.
She
Fine.
could wriggle along.
I'd like to destroy all
Okay.
my wine marshmallows because that is patent pending.
You do so.
Destroy. Do you mean destroy?
Consumed. Yeah.
My face,
My mouth.
face and
So-
mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so deciding that immurement is probably not the best way to punish this this lady. You leave her to wriggle worm-like, still trussed up in 50 foot of hempen rope, out of the
Yeah.
tavern she once
Yeah.
called hers.
Does she still have the eye patch?
Yeah,
Good.
it's
Just
still
wanted to know. Just wanted to know.
come on.
And let's give the tavern to up and coming entrepreneurial businessman Snicket, who I think would do a fine job of running a tavern.
Yes,
you wish.
that.
Sure. All right. We speed montage that bit. You find the deeds to the place. You start to nick it. It is now a pub open to all.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the condition though. No retribution from Snicket. Maybe open to all, and then they can all be friends. And I feel like we solved the problem.
Marshmallows all round.
Icewind Ale eats wine mallows until he's sick. And,
Hooray!
Not
and
just
that
him.
is the story of how you saved the kobolds of Frostmead.
Hooray! We're heroes yet again. Thank you, Johnny,
Well
for
done,
such
everyone.
a lovely Oxventure. That was great. Thank you everyone
My
for
pleasure.
watching. Yeah, do check out Johnny on dicebreaker.com/dicebreaker. Check us out at youtube.com/outside box and outside extra. We're over there doing video game stuff if you want to check that out.
And more D&D stuff as well, obviously.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
adventures. Come and check us out.
I mean, it sounds awfully like we're prepping to say goodbye, but we've got approximately 8.5 minutes to chat if we want
Johnny,
it.
how
Such luxury.
far did that stray from your narrative, the plan that
It's
you?
always a question, isn't it, with us, basically.
Yes.
Yep. No, it's that was pretty straight down the line. I think. So I'll peel back the curtain. All I wrote was like the end. Basically, it's a hateful necromancer. Here's her motivation. They're in the basement. They come out of the cellar during blizzards, and that's all I planned. So,
Nice.
so I didn't know the market was going to happen, but it was fun.
Awesome.
I really love kobolds. I think they're really sweet.
Yeah.
are cute.
So yeah, it was yeah. It was
Not the
fun, and
zombie ones,
hopefully
though. That was pretty disgusting. That
Yeah.
was horrendous, in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am sorry about that. In fairness,
Like, do you not have like turn undead or anything like that?
No. No. Don't have that.
are you
Nothing to dead, unfortunately.
Man, I
are
miss
you sure you don't have turn undead?
Nope.
Oh,
I've got
right.
the Faithless, which is why I was
That's
asking
the one.
whether it was fiends and fae,
There we go.
but
Ah.
not turn
Yeah.
undead, unfortunately.
Not that kind
anyone-
of paladin, Corazon.
Is anyone else
Sorry.
planning on for real trying to make marshmallow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta know now. Gotta know.
I think it's.
Pending.
I mean,
That's
I'm
my
cer-
Friday night sorted. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah, I would
Celebration
absolutely.
and marshmallows.
Friday
I
night.
would
Makes
absolutely buy a
with
t-shirt.
wine-infused marshmallows.
Yeah.
Be
I
very
bet it's
tasty.
horrible. I bet it's absolutely horrible.
Just put one in a wine bottle and it soaks up until it's inside it, and then you just smack it.
Then you smash the bottle, yeah.
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 Or you
What was
could
the other-
put
Slide that
stickers
down the
first.
gullet.
What was the other product that came up in that?
Oh,
Bath bombs.
bath
They're
bombs.
Yeah, bath bombs.
soap when you put them in warm water. And then your bath's all disgusting.
Yeah. It's.
And then you're a zombie if you go in the bath.
Yeah, that's less good,
Yeah.
I think.
well,
That one.
I'm-
Using the water supply, the village wasn't downstream.
No, I think you're all right.
Okay,
so the good news is that these the Icewind kobold zombies are it's just it's animated dead. It's not viral like you would expect from like a something.
Oh,
So Merylwen is
okay.
not going to turn into a kobold and then a zombie.
Right, yeah, I was very concerned.
Unless she does any more punning.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If the don't abate, then we may revisit that. But no,
I think I have a curse where I have to make puns or I die.
Sure,
I would
it's
agree with
IRL.
that.
Sure.
I would agree with that. Um,
I very enjoyed our breach and clear. That was very exciting.
That was good.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
Wouldn't it have been-
absolutely tell that every single person on this team has come from a video games journalism background.
Yes, it is rather obvious, isn't it?
Wouldn't it have been amazing though if there was no one in there?
That would have been great. I was kind of like trying to go through my inventory, seeing if there's anything I could use to make like a breaching charge around the door and door up. But I don't have anything like
Semtex.
that.
No Semtex?
Unfortunately. No
It's a
Semtex.
it's a shame that it would be a spoiler, because otherwise we could call this episode Splinter Cellar.
Oh,
That'd be
Johnny.
great.
Let's do it anyway. It'll be worth it.
What would we
Yes.
call this episode? Because we can't get zombies.
If I
Can't
may-
have zombies in it. Spoilers.
No,
If I may be kobold.
If I may be
Oh.
kobold.
Please, Kobold.
That's
Quite
pretty great.
Quite a few words.
Yeah.
Kobold.
Um,
5.
I can live with that.
Yeah.
Kobold,
Two kobold Lego.
Yeah.
Boldy.
That's a bit more
Infinitive,
spacey.
though.
though.
I loved Dale, by the way, Johnny. He was great.
Yeah,
Oh.
that
he
was great.
Good. We've done kind of like surfer bro voices before, but never that long.
It was relatively consistent to my ear, but I'm not a Californian person, so probably to a Californian it sounded awful. But
I'm sure I was torturing a lot of people whenever I spoke as Icewind Dale, but I just thought it was too. I just couldn't resist.
Yeah.
Apologies to Wizards of the Coast for taking a little book and then doing that to it.
But please have a space here.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some lovely
Wizards of the Coast. I do think of like surfing wizards because they, they hang out on the coast.
Oh, great!
It's always island
it's
time.
canon then.
Yeah.
Hit me up if you want me to write a source book about the surfing wizards of Gare.
Their staff isn't the only thing that's gnarly.
Wow.
Okay, that was very, very good.
So Luke gets praise.
Yeah, you get life inspiration. You get one do over in real life. That was so good.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Nice. I'm going to use it on Evil Life Marshmallow.
Please share pictures. Yeah, there are some really great characters, creatures in this book as well. Like there was a lot that got my imagination firing, but I just thought romancing kobolds was too much fun.
Yeah,
it was fun. Yeah, thank you so much for the story.
I'm glad.
That combat encounter was really interesting as well. It was one of those ones where I was like frantically Rolodexing through my spells and weapons, thinking like I don't want anything that's just going to kill one kobold. It's got to be AoE.
Yeah.
But the
There's
fact
nothing that makes us panic more than like
a ton.
Yeah.
And because so close to the ones that we didn't want to. Like that, because at first when you described it, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to knee slide in and thunderwave hard and they'll all explode excitingly. But then I thought I would
let
explode
Cthulhu sort out the rest.
Yeah, I thought I would popcorn all of the good ones as well, and it was it. I think just to think we did like icicles and kicking into prudence all over the environmental combat.
It forced me to think I'm never using my blooming crossbow again. That thing sucks.
Yeah. Well, I
that shot though.
I need an AoE.
Yeah, in fairness.
I need some kind of AoE.
Archery.
I think we all learned a valuable lesson today, and it's that Corazon shouldn't bother with the hand crossbow. But
get rid of it. Get rid of it.
And throw
But needs to use more crossbows.
Use more crossbow.
Yeah. I think, unfortunately, though, that's all we have time for, so we should start wrapping it up.
Yeah, well, coming up now, there's Dungeons and Designers, which is a panel. Ostley Wood, who was on earlier, she's going to be talking to Jeremy Crawford and Chris Perkins. Talking about Dungeons and Dragons for new DMs, talking about Icewind Dale, Rime with the Frostmaiden, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, loads of other stuff. So it should be really interesting. So stick around for that. To be
Thank you so much, Wizards of the Coast, for having us. It's been a pleasure to open D&D Celebration. Have a wonderful celebration for the rest of the weekend. Loads of
Thank you to Johnny for a cool Oxventure, and thank you to Luke for joining us on his birthday. Happy birthday, Luke.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll see you soon. Enjoy the rest of D&D Celebration.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.